Grabbing the wrought iron railing as I walked toward the kitchen, I first put away the iron and ironing board, but the television blaring in the den stopped me in my tracks. As I walked, a Japanese TV voice asked, "Scuse?" before the English translation started going into the den, and I saw him and asked, "Excuse me, say something, Iron Chef is on." Because although the shows are insanely old, it's fun to watch a Japanese food show for vegetarian meal ideas. "Yeah, got any ideas for dinner?" he responded, and I walked to the stainless steel fridge to look at our food for ideas and saw his iron skillets cleaned in the stove above the stainless steel oven. Then I glanced over at the stainless steel dishwasher and saw the stainless steel bowls on the counter. Knowing that iron forms stainless steel, I thought of all of the iron in our home. It makes sense, since iron is so abundant on this planet, from its outer crust to the Earth's rocky core. Even reactions of high-mass stars produced iron, making it such a vital part of this planet. So it makes sense I'd see it everywhere in my own home, from my furniture to my appliances, from lighting to lanterns, from tables to chairs, and even our wall clock. It's in the fireplace grating, and it's even in the abstract wall art. And how extensive is my iron candle holder collection? Oh, that's funny. A few of those older candles can even have rust on them because iron oxidizes. The Iron Age brought historical advances in everything from weaponry to introducing curvilinear and flowing decoration designs. Iron is so abundant on this planet, and since iron is even so needed inside the human body, I've even been taking iron supplements to make sure that I never run low. And from the micro to the macro, since I love astronomy so, with high-mass stars producing iron, scientists even believe that because of the existence of iron in the formation of our solar system, an iron isotope energy release may have led to the differentiation of asteroids after their formation 4.6 billion years ago. So, from the creation of our solar system to the insides of our bodies, it makes sense that we humans have such an iron will, with such a metallic element coursing through our veins. I finally walked back to the den with a few pumpkin seeds to snack on. We can have a spinach salad, but I started cooking lentils for beans if you want to use a steel wok. Let's cook tempeh and add artichokes unless you want to use broccoli. Since I had iron on my mind, I had to pick the most iron-rich foods we had before I added. And what spices are they using in Iron Chef? We can come up with a really good meal tonight if we play our cards right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was periodic table poem Iron, which, yes, appears in the periodic table of poetry, a book of all poetry for all of the elements. But it also appears in the brand new Down in the Dirt magazine issue release from November of 2022. It's volume 201, and it is titled Reaching for the Stars. And so I thought I would share with you periodic table poems from this book for you in this reading in honor of the open mic poetry reading space that was called Community Poetry, that was hosted by Tom Woodruff, but is no longer going on because of the pandemic and having to have a shutdown, which makes me very sad. But I'm happy to be able to, in honor of him in this open mic, be able to share the way I would at a bookstore at the first Wednesday of every month anyway. I have one more periodic table poem that appears in both of these books that I'd like to share with you, and it is titled Iron in My Eyes. You think I was joking. You think I wanted this to happen. But this is what it boils down to. I can no longer respond. After all I've been through, I think you'd understand. Come to me. I dare you. Open my eyelid. Shine a light right in my eye. See if I respond. I've even heard that someone said I looked so pretty in my hospital bed here, wearing nice eyeshadow. I know I'm a dark girl, but they had to be informed that wasn't eyeshadow, and that I had 2 black eyes. You see, that's how the doctors knew I had a brain injury. From the blood, when the blood seeps from out from around my brain, it collects only in my eyelids. Iron gives color to blood, and coming through from under my skin, my blood-filled, iron-rich eyelids must have had a pleasant mauve hue. You think I've got an iron will, and I do. But at moments like this, I wonder if I have cried iron, leaving it in my eyelids for you to see. They say your eyes are windows to your soul, and mine have been darkened. Is it by you? Is it by the world? Is it by the hand I was dealt? Is it all fate? All I know is that mine have been darkened, even if it is by iron. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have to have an exhale after that. 2 periodic table poems about iron that appear in the periodic table of poetry book, ta-da, and appear in the brand new Down in the Dirt issue titled Reaching for the Stars, which is the November 2022 issue. 2 poems that appear in there. Oftentimes when somebody sends a short story about an element, we just follow it up with periodic table poems, and so that's why you got 2, count them 2, 1, 2, periodic table poems. But, added bonus, for the likes of you guys, the next few short ones, 3 poems I'm going to share with you, are Twitter-length periodic table poems. And I'll take a little break to explain that after I'd written this book of all these element poems, a chemist friend of mine said, hey, there's a contest, Science and Engineering News, CNEN, online to do Twitter-length poems. So I'm like, I will do that now that they all have names, because back when that first book was done, they didn't all have names yet. And so I did it, and I didn't realize that the contest would end. And, well, of course it would, but I wasn't thinking about it. And they finished it, and I won 3rd place with one of them, which was kind of cool. But I said, no, I'm on an urgent need here to write periodic table poems for every single one, which is why the next 3 poems are all iron-themed poems that I'm really thrilled, look forward to sharing with you, that appear also in the Twitterverse periodic table poetry book. Short little one, there's a bunch of little, and there's a lot of Instagram images and things with them, which often is also appearing in the magazines if we have to run them. So these are 3 poems that are all about iron that are in both Twitterverse periodic table poetry and Reaching for the Stars, the new issue of Down in the Dirt literary magazine. And I hope you enjoy them. This first one is titled Iron Filtered In. They take those iron-laced tobacco leaves, mash them into paper, and then cut them up for rolling cigarettes. And those filters they make are so tightly bound that if you pull the fiber sheet 30 feet, it instantly snaps back to where it was. I wonder if those filters filter me out. This is a very, very recent one. A newest one, because I had additional ones because you have bonus ones. I don't write one for, I might write money. This next one, which appears in both of those books, is titled Iron Leaking Out of Earth. Earth's magnetic field, our solar radiation protector, is thanks to its molten iron core. But researchers said in a study that heavy iron isotopes are leaking from our core, dropping 1,000+ degrees to escape. Please don't join erupting lava and mantle plumes to create your new signature now. It's amazing to think that they can discover these things and how it might change how our planet works. All right, this last one is very related to parts of the second Twitter length poem, or second periodic table poem that I wrote. This one is titled Iron Bloodied Eyelids. Doctors knew of my brain injury. When blood seeps from around my brain, it collects only in my eyelids. Iron gives blood color, coming through in my blood-filled, iron-rich eyelids. I have an iron will, so shine a light in my eyes. See if I respond. 3, count them 3. Twitter-length periodic table poems after 2 regular periodic table poems. That are these 3 poems that not only appear in Twitterverse periodic table poetry from Scarce Publications, but also the new Down in the Dirt issue titled Reaching for the Stars. Reaching for the Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this little, periodic table lesson, even if it was Twitter length or not Twitter length. I'm going to come back and read some more stuff for you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you all so very much for listening, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you and talking to you all very soon. Thank you very much.